What the hell is going on with the Philadelphia Phillies? Welcome in, everybody, to Bad for Baseball, the baddest baseball podcast on the internet, presented to you by Betway. I'm Adam Peddle, joined alongside by Nicholas Blaylock. Seriously, the Phillies were one of the best teams in baseball for the longest part of the year, and now they're on a 1-9 skid over their last 10, and they continue to have injury after injury, poor performance after poor performance. We're going to talk about and see whether this will continue, or is this going to be their future for the rest of the season. Before we get into it, hit that like button and subscribe to Bad for Baseball. Yeah, Phillies are your team, Nick. Like, they're kind of your secondary team of, like, you know, hey, we like the Bryce Harper, we like the Trey Turner, we like the Kyle Schwarbers of the world, and as well, that pitching staff. But it feels like lately they haven't been that good as a team.
What's to like, man, when they're, getting swept by the Pittsburgh Pirates? There is a lot of people talking right now, and it's not good, man. Like, is it actually time to panic? That is the conversation that's being had right now. And when you're getting swept by a Pittsburgh Pirates team, who, by the way, they're all the way down here, right? They're 26-40. They've won 3 off of the Phillies. It's just not a good look, man. This squad 2-3 weeks ago, they were right up here, competing with the Mets for the division, and then all of a sudden, it's just come crashing down. Now, a big reason why is the injury bug, and it's been hitting Philly pretty hard, man. Bryce Harper, their man, apparently he knew it was time to sit down. His wrist has been acting up. I guess he just, he doesn't want to. He realized my fantasy team is long gone and dusted at this point, and has decided, you know what, time to hang it up for a while. I respect it. I appreciate it. If he was the only one on my fantasy team that was doing that, but you also have Aaron Nola.
Also on your fantasy
He's
team?
Also on my team, and he has been dead and dusted for a long period of time. And those are 2 big names right there, Bryce Harper and Aaron Nola, that are living on the IL right now. And when you're not getting the key performances from the other guys, it's just going to hurt that much more.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys you can see right here up and down this lineup that aren't doing that well. The only good guys have been Castellanos, Trey Turner, and you got Schwarber just playing out of his skin this season. But other than that, like, you can't really win a team if you don't have good depth in that lineup. And I believe over the last 15 days, they have been one of the worst offenses in all of baseball. Right there with the Texas Rangers right at the bottom. They're ranked 29th, the Philadelphia Phillies. When you're batting under the Mendoza line as a unit, it's kind of tough to win ball games. And, you had Harper just hit the IL, so you had him, with the team during this bad stretch. Now, without him, like, man, you're asking for a lot from this offense right now.
Yeah, 100%, man. And looking over at the pitching staff, it's not that much better, right? This is the last 15 days as well. And as you can see, you got the Philadelphia Phillies right there with an ERA of 5.26. So, what's the problem?
Yeah, well, the problem, I know I think the answer everyone's looking for in Philadelphia is what exactly is the problem. Now, I mean, you could point to the offense being an issue. You could point to the pitching being an issue, and you're starting to see a lot of issues that are coming up that have been an issue for the Phillies for a long time, a.k.a. that bullpen. I believe they're ranked like 27th or 25th in ERA as a unit this season. That's been a problem. A lot of their guys have been getting beat the hell up back there. And then when you have a week, especially without a Zach Wheeler, we can almost guarantee a W because he was on the paternity list this past week. Then it's like, okay, well, now we got to go find another guy to come up and pitch, and he's going to get beat up right now. The depth is really being tested, and it's really starting to show their skin when they do, or their true colors when you don't have Aaron Nola, you don't have Zach Wheeler, and you have guys underperforming. Paired up with that offense, it's just a recipe for disaster right now.
I mean, I look at this team, and I understand that there is a panic right now in Philadelphia and among Philly fans. I still like the team on paper. Like, I still think that this is a good squad. Bryson Stott's got to be better, though. Alec Baum, like, you got to be a lot better, dude. He had a breakout last season. Where did that go now? We're just not there anymore. Real Muto, are we old now, or we forgot?
Been kind of off for a while.
Yeah, like he's, it's like the fall off is for real. I still believe in all of them, though, and that's, I guess that for me is why I'm panicked for this stretch, but I still look at Philadelphia and I still think that, yeah, like they can be a playoff team, right? Like, they're still in a playoff spot right now, and that's with them going 1-9 in their last 10. They still have a positive run differential, even though they're giving up runs left, right, and center, and they're not scoring a whole lot of runs. I still believe that this team is going to be a playoff squad. I think that they just need a hard reset. And that's difficult when you're in the thick of things right now and looking over at their schedule. It's going to be kind of tough, man. They got the Cubs, who are rolling. They did just lose a series to the Tigers, but still, like,
the Tigers
it's
are
the
one of
Tigers
those teams,
are, arguably the best team in baseball. Cubs are right there with them. Then they got the Blue Jays, who are kind of rolling right now, too. But then they got 4 games against Miami. And I look at this series, and I'm like, this has got to be the get-right series. Everyone's feeling good, and then you go in or you go back home, and you take on New York, and you show them what type of team you actually are.
Yeah. And then you look at the rest of the schedule, too, right there. I mean, it doesn't get any easier when you got Houston and the Braves right there, and then you got Padres as well. Like, there's going to be some tough competition, but that's the get-right series over there in Miami.
This is it, man. Because here's the thing. Like, Philadelphia, like, yeah, these are tough teams, but Philadelphia is also supposed to be a tough team. And 3 weeks ago, like, it was, and that's the thing, we got to keep this in mind. It was 2 to 3 weeks ago that we were looking at Philadelphia and going, damn, that's one of the best teams in baseball. And now they've had a horrendous stretch, and it has been horrendous, right? You can't be dropping games to the Blue Jays. You also cannot be dropping 3 games to the Pirates if you're the Phillies. You just can't do that. But I do want to, remind everybody that just a little bit ago, they were right there. We were feeling great about them. So I think a lot of recency bias is going into this, and I do believe that, this series probably going to be pretty tough against the Cubs, maybe going to be tough against the Blue Jays, but like this is where everybody comes back to life. This is when hopefully Nola starts to, because he's coming back relatively soon.
He's coming back sometime in June, and you kind of desperately need him to come back, honestly, folks. So you got to get him back. You got to survive without Bryce Harper. And honestly, my kind of key right now, like, you're going to get Zach Wheeler back this week. He's going to help you win some games. You kind of need to figure out, you got to Band-Aid that starting rotation, and you really need guys like Bryson Stott and Alec Boehm to show up, because that's going to round out your lineup and make up the ground for a missing Bryce Harper. And that's, for me, all it will kind of take for it to get them right is getting that excitement, that resurgence back in the team. You get Zach Wheeler back, and you get those guys performing and just survive for this stretch.
Yeah, and I mean, I saw a statistic, too, that, fans recently have lost about $250,000 to $300,000 on betting on a Kyle Schwarber home run in the last 7 or 8 games, because he's been hitting them. You know what I mean? So there's actually been
to do his job.
Philly fans have been, because he was going insane mode. I remember he had an OPS right around that 1 area, and now it's closer to that 900 spot.
Right,
and that's just because he's been cold as all holy hell. So I think that they're just having everything bad happen to them at one time, and it looks terrible when all of that, collides. But I still believe in the names. I still believe in just the guys in general. I still think they're a playoff team, although they got to weather this storm.
Me too, man. And I think the betting lines also reflect the fact that a lot of people still think they're a playoff team. Quick shout out, everybody, to Betway. Hit your picks and knock it out of the park with Betway. Scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the details section to join the action. For the Phillies, to make playoffs, it's 1.2. That's your multiplier. So if you bet $100, you win 20. That's not a big return.
It's actually not a great return at all.
It's not a great return at all.
I was hoping that it would reflect more of what they've been.
Right. And hey, look, right? If they start losing more, but you're still a believer in the Phillies, because again, they still have a tough stretch coming up. Maybe keep your eye out. Maybe that line will start to increase, get a little bit more money, because for them to not make playoffs is 4 times your money, which is, I mean, if you are a non-believer, you'd want to hit that for sure, because that's a pretty high odd right there.
Yeah. I'm not panicked yet. If by the end of June this is still happening, that's when you can sound the alarm bells. But folks, let us know your thoughts about all this in the comments down below. Please make sure to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and of course, we will catch you next time.
Cheers.